Live again, now that our patches are done. Grabbed a quick bite to eat, and then had Chad, you guys also know him as Khakis, stop by. He needed to pick up some cabling equipment that he needed for his PC, so we chatted and BS'd for a few minutes, so hopefully he'll be joining back on here sometime soon. At least, even if he doesn't join the stream, he'll probably jump back on later this evening after the stream is over, and we'll get some more game time in. Unfortunately, the patch that they just did killed our effort. So, F8 is off the limits now. We can no longer get a hold of that one. All that said, they did a server reset. The customer characterization seems to be holding. I did a real quick test on that by getting in, creating my character, logging back out, closing everything down, coming back in, and it seems to be holding. So hopefully that fixes some of the long-term persistence issues that may have been there as well. So yeah, that just means that if that is the case, what we're going to do is we're going to try and pick up... Sorry, my shit was scrolling everywhere. That was weird. What we're going to do is we're going to try and go check some of our standard trade routes. So really quickly, we're just going to do an in-system one. As a matter of fact, you know what? Forget that. We're going to go run and grab some astatine and run the astatine. Whoa. What do we got going on? Okay. It wasn't wind. It wasn't anything like that. It just kind of crazily threw me sideways. Alright with it. We'll figure it out. It's not anything that's going to hurt me. Alright. Well, James, I don't know why it didn't say I was online. I just very quickly kind of threw the stream back up. It just came up just a few minutes ago. I was running into an issue early on where after getting the patch I couldn't log in for a little bit. So I grabbed a quick bite to eat, and Chad, you know him as Khakis, you'll see him, post here and there. He had stopped by to grab a cable for his computer, so we were visiting it for a little bit. And then I had logged into the game to try and check a few things before wanting to bring the stream up. So I'm kind of working through trying to get all those little odds and ends and details on the stream back up and running right now. So bear with me for just a minute, please. Because I have to take my consolidated chat down real fast as well. It's got to re-log in for it to do its thing. There. Hopefully now that will register users. Okay. Right now I'm at Lorville. So because they messed up the F8 option that I wanted to try and do, stealing that fighter this morning with the patch, and there's a bunch of other fixes that are in that patch, so I'm not going to call it a bad thing. But because they messed that up for me this morning, I'm going to see if the server resets that they just did open those trade routes back up that we were having problems with before. Okay, so obviously this morning I did some here in Hurston where it was just the aerial run back into Hurston on the titanium and diamond. But we're going to run on over to Ida and see if we can get to Woodruff. Why are you not wanting to show me Woodruff? Okay, that's fine. We'll just take Ida. We'll get there when we get there. Now it doesn't want to even let me get to Ida. That's kind of... Alright, so we're going to have to do a micro jump. See what we can do about getting somewhere over here to the side. So I'm also got my FPS meter running right now, and you'll see that on the upper right hand screen. Just because after they drop patches, I want to try and double check a lot of these little quirks that happen in the game. Like right here, as I'm lining up, you see my FPS drop to just shy of 30. Earlier, while I was in Loreville, I was actually getting a drop that was down to like 12 or 13 after this patch hit. So I'm just trying to check the health of the server as well. So you just kind of casually flying and hanging around and just hanging about as you're, trying to finish up work for the day. Set that route and let's get going. Alright, not a problem, dude. I can do that. Hold on a second. Did you make it on my server? Alright, remind me really quickly because we haven't run in-game together. There it is, just James R6. You should have a party invite there. Now, I'm about to make this run immediately back across over to Port Olisar, so just be forewarned if you're trying to catch up with me here real quick. That might actually be a better meeting spot. Yeah, PO, Port Olisar, over in Crusader. As soon as I pick up this load of astatine, that's where I'm headed. So I know if you're already trying to, jump around the verse and trying to link up, then that's probably going to be the best place to meet up. Okay, I gotta kind of get back into stream mode here. Usually in the morning I'm kind of like really, really upbeat, ready to go. It's like afternoon and I run a nap. Alright, let me kill that message real quick. There we go. Okay, no problem. Soon as I get this this bird on the ground here, I'll shoot you another one really fast, okay? Refueling shouldn't be an issue right now. Alright, let's get you another invite, James. You're down here, right there. Invite to party. There you go. Now you should hopefully be able to see me. A lot of times when I'm party leader, I have troubles with the player tags where I can't see the other person, but at least not from their tag of their name or anything. But you should be able to see me. Oh, it did show up. You are 30 million away from me. Alright, like I said, I will see you potentially there in Port Olisar, buddy. So, let me get some cargo and head that direction. Now, you're welcome to, obviously you can fly with me in whatever ship you've got if you just want to kind of mess around, be an escort for a little bit, or if you just want to hop on the Caterpillar and hang out for the ride and whatnot, it's all good too. Doesn't bother me either which way. But I will be testing some of those routes really quickly here, just to see if anything is back up and working well. So acetine dropped back to 719, so that's not bad. I can get a full Cargos load. Alright. So what we'll probably do is check and see if the titanium is still available there at Port Olisar, or not Port Olisar, but Tram and Myers. And if it is and we can get a full load, then we'll immediately book it back to Port Olisar. It may not be the 100K that you would make out here in Hurston area, but for a 10 or 12 minute run, I'll take 50 or 60K every time over a 30-minute round trip. And Chad, when he and I were talking just a little bit ago, he is still trying to offload all of his medical supplies. He fully loaded down a Caterpillar full of medical supplies, and he's having troubles getting it all sold. So we know that that one's causing a little bit of a problem at this point. It's not. He's going to have a Caterpillar that's tied up for a very long time. Let's see, so as I'm hitting space, my FPS is picking up a little bit better. Okay. Something with the shaders is acting a little weird with this patch so far. I mean, it's not crazy noticeable, but it is. There is something that's there that's just a little bit off. This. There's PO. And we will get headed that direction really quick. So I'll be there in about 4 or 5 minutes, bud. So I'm going to make some notes here really quickly because I want to be able to make sure that when I get asked the questions again, because I always get asked almost every single stream about the trade stuff. So over in Hurston, Ariel to Lorville, Laranite plus titanium equals 100K run. right? So then we go with ETA to port O, and this is pure astatine. We will find out how much that one is going to net us. So hopefully here, with what they just did with the server bounce, they kind of reset a few things, and I'm wondering if maybe that mid-tier commodity that's been struggling is now no longer struggling, which is going to make a lot of people in the verse very happy in trading again. And I guess, you know, the other good news is you were hanging around a little bit earlier. We've settled on the fact that we are going to be going after the Valkyrie as our next ship. So that should be a pretty good addition to the fleet. Okay, so let's see. FPS wise, 3637 with a 27 ping. Yeah, something's a little off from what it has been, but it's not too bad, because normally in Quantum I'd be running about 45 to 40, between 43 and 45. So normally, just to let you in on this little kind of tidbit here, because James, you're really kind of the main person chatting right now. When I get on first thing in the morning before I ever even bring the stream live, usually this is the kind of stuff that I try and check just to make sure that the servers are stable, that, you know, I'm not running into any other type of issues. You know, I'm not getting any losses there, but my net ping is at 49, so it's not great. I wonder if maybe that's part of what it is that I'm experiencing some server lag right now. It's kind of killing that net ping. But I'm not seeing any packet losses, which is good. So what are you going to be flying there, James? Okay, you're in your F7. Okay. Can the F7 make a single run all the way across from Crusader to Hurston? Or does it have to stop to refuel? Yeah, see, there goes the FPS again. That's... Hopefully that's not the new norm. So while auto land is running, let's go ahead and kick off the fueling services. Well, that's pretty fuel efficient for a fighter then. I mean, like I said, that's one of the reasons why that Titan is so good for me on a lot of occasions when I need a quick little fighter-sized ship in order to be able to get anywhere. Alright, let me go ahead and run in and offload this real fast. Then we'll be bolting over to Tram and Myers. Like I said, just kind of want to check and see what your fuel status was, because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to be running you all over the place or bleeding you dry. Tram and Myers is located on Sealand. It's here in system, but it's located on Sealand. And remind me, how long have you been in the game? Alright, so we bought for 404. We're making 100K off of this run as well. Okay, not a problem. So have you ever had an opportunity to mess with the fleet controls? Okay, you get a crash course really quick. Don't spool up until after I'm up and tell you to hit your spool button. Okay, I wonder what the heck was just going on with that ship. I have no earthly idea on what to tell you with your shields overheating on you. Do you have them overclocked? Are you set on stealth? Is there anything else that you've got with your power allocations? Alright, so I don't know where you're at in relation to me, but I am lifting off. Now, go ahead and face the Sealand route here. And once you're lined up, go ahead and spool your quantum. Don't launch quantum, but spool your quantum. Alright. Now, I'm going to bring my quantum online. Alright. Now, you should see that it has, you should see a blue dot next to my name. And if you do, go ahead and launch quantum. Alright, so that launched me at the same time it launched you. Okay? So what you look for is when you're within a fleet, basically you get everybody within about 1,500 meters of each other. Okay? And the leader spools up, everybody else aligns to that spool, and then after that, what'll end up happening is that the leader will start seeing every ship turn blue when their calibration is done. And once all their calibrations are done, the leader just launches off his launch like normal, and it'll take the entire fleet to quantum. So do the same thing here by aligning and setting up for Tram and Myers. Alright, now let me get lined up. And once you see that dot go blue for me, like it should be blue right now, feel free to launch it off. There you go. So the trick here is like I said, you got to be very careful when you're flying in fleets, because you can run into issues where the craft itself, one person will take off and then the other one's just stuck because they're stuck under fleet command. Alright. Now, because we're doing a planetary approach, I'm going to go ahead and spool up my quantum drive just so I can see where it's at. Landing gear. Now, are the F7 and the Freelancer the only two ships you've got? So yeah, James, like I was saying, are the F7 and the Freelancer the only two ships that you have right now? Oh, Prospector as well. Okay, good. Have you mastered your mining yet? Doesn't take too long to really get it down, but just curious. Good. So are you having any issues with, after you log out, losing the mining head? Because that was the problem that's happened with me because of the customization screen errors. Okay, trading console, that's not cool. You're supposed to be my friend here. So I wonder if we're getting a little bit of server lag. Okay. There it goes. That took some time. Alright, so obviously diamond is 585, which I can get a full load of diamond. Looks like 783 for titanium, which I cannot get a full load. Alright. What am I looking at from Laranite's perspective? Only 7. Okay. So the titanium run back to Port Olisar is definitely out. Which means we're going to go ahead, since we're here, and grab our diamond. So our next destination is going to be Delamar, and it's going to be Levski. See, it didn't buy it. Let's try it again. Yeah, something's going on, man. It's lagging the crap out of this particular server. My FPS came back up where it needed to be. Oh, the endless terminal. Okay. That's not cool. So let's reselect, get everything to sync. Now let's undefined error. Are we about the 30K? This is the definition of being bullheaded. Why is this trade terminal not working? That's unnerving. Dude, you scared the crap out of me. Yep. This trade terminal is just not working. It's showing commodities. It's just not letting me load anything. Servers have been up long enough, obviously, because I was able to run astatine and do a few other things. So there shouldn't be any issues with that. Alright, we'll give it one more attempt, and then after that what we're going to do is we're going to pick back up, head over to Delamar, and run some distilled spirits and processed food. Okay. Hold on one second. I got one more trick up my sleeve. I want to try one more thing before actually bolting out of here. Let's go see if I can get back on the cat, reset the comm channel, and then come back in and see if that'll take it. Oh, come on. Alright, so now it's telling me I've rejoined the caterpillar. Let's see now if it will go. If the trade terminal is still buggy after this, then we'll head over to Delamar, grab a different supply run, and check and make sure that one's still stable and running. Yeah, this terminal is all kinds of jacked up. Come on, register the cat, please. Boy, this feels like 3.9 all over again. Okay, Tram and Myers is a bust. That is sad. Alright, no, we're not heading to Levski this time. Because we couldn't fill up here at Tram and Myers, there's another little jump that we're going to make in system here. I don't want to go to... I want to go to Delamar. I want to go to Daymar here in Crusader's system. So kind of bear with me and follow me up here. go almost vertical. Alright, so in system, go, plot a course to Daymar. And on Daymar, we are headed to a place called Bountiful Harvest Hydroponics. And then line up on my wing. And I'm going to spool up. So you should see my location. Alright, it looks like you're good and you're ready. Oh, you just flew out of my range. You have to circle back around on me. You need to be somewhere around the 1500 mark from me. And then get lined back up on that jump point. Alright, I'm good to go. So like I said, there's a lot of little things that you can do here in game to, if something is shut down. Like the Tram and Myers terminal, for whatever reason, I don't know what was happening there, but for whatever reason with that one not working, that is like a big punch to the gut. Let's see. Then basically do the same thing. Spool up your quantum, get set up, and then distilled spirits plus food. So now the interesting thing is there, though, that, James, that since the institution of the prison system, there haven't been as many pirates out and about just causing mayhem and grief. So, whereas before it used to be a really big deal that you had to have an escort if you were going to do large quantity tradings like this, it's not so bad now. Usually having a pilot and a gunner on board is more than adequate. Alright, I'm good when you are. Oh, it's cool watching your hornet just bolt off in the and right in front of the caterpillar. Like I said, if you're interested in flying, by all means, man, I'll let you fly the caterpillar. I'll be on board, but just I'll let you fly the caterpillar. And then, if I'm not mistaken, later on this evening, James, when they do the swap out again of the ships, you should be able to pick up a caterpillar for the day. So, if you're watching some of these trade routes, you'll be able to see exactly what's going on to see what kind of money you can make, just really quickly on the side for yourself. But I have a feeling that tonight and tomorrow will be nothing but caterpillars running around. That one I landed a little rough on. I don't care. She'll live. She doesn't have to be gentle. I don't have to rub her with a diaper. Let's see. Alright, so this particular trade route, when I'm just confirming it, but this particular trade route, typically what it is um, you'll end up with about 120 SCU of maximum of distilled spirits, because you want to be able to sell it all. And then from there, the rest is just processed food. Man, we got some serious server issues right now. See how long it takes for this to even register that my ship's sitting outside. Wow. Something had to have happened on this server. Perimeter line. Anyone know? Alright. Yeah, see, like right now, I can't do anything. Wow. What in the hell? Alright, so let's just see. Hey, Chad? Um, I'm actually over at Bountiful Harvest. The Tram and Myers terminal decided it was not going to work. I've now come over to Bountiful Harvest. It's doing the same thing. My FPS dropped on the server, as well as I'm having trade glitch issues and synchronization issues. So I didn't have that right after I first logged in, so I'm wondering what the hell is going on. Yeah, but there's nobody here that I can turn around and talk to try and reset stuff. So I'm wondering if trading is down. What a freaking bummer. Alright. I am thinking we may have to do a server bounce to try and see what we can get up and running again. Because the doors are all working, everything's functioning here, it's just the freaking trade terminal. So, yep. You trying to explore the caterpillar there, James? Yeah, see, Chad, that's the same issue that I'm running into. So I think what's going to end up having to happen, James, you may want to go grab your fighter and head back to Port Olisar. We're probably going to have to bounce to a different server because whatever is happening right now is server related. Hmm. That's annoyingly frustrating. Alright, so just meet me back at Port Olisar really quickly, okay? That is a... is a very annoying kind of situation where you can't just do anything other than fly. I just wanted to make sure that Port Olisar is where we're set down so that we can very easily link back up together. So Chad, you get your work issues sorted out? Or are you just kicking back holding on stream? And no refuel. Yeah, some things are buggy on the server right now. Let's get out of the seat. James, go ahead and land so that you're set here at Port Olisar. Because, again, we're going to have to leave this server and head over to another one. Run inside, put this ship up, commit suicide to refresh myself, and then we'll log out to another server. And then I'll meet you in menus here in just a minute. See, even the fleet manager, it's taking too long. Yep, Star Citizen, thank you very much for the lovely day of afternoon gaming, because you are acting like a turd. Alright, so James, go ahead and escape back to the menus. And when you're there, we should still be in party. And then when you're there, we can log back into another server. Now it looks like I'm looking at an infinite load screen. Oh, Joy, Hot Patches, I love you to death. Thank you so much for all the endless joy that you provide us in game. Every patch is just a Charlie Foxtrot. James, I'm going to give this about another minute. And to be honest, if the load screens and everything are still acting up here in another minute from now, um, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and let the servers kind of settle after the patch, and they're going to deal with whatever they need to deal with. But what we'll do is we'll just probably cycle the stream down for the day, even though I wanted to be on till 5. And we will pick back up after 5 o'clock just as a non-streamed session and get some gameplay in. Because I know Chad's planning on being on. Pretty sure you said earlier you're planning on being on. We can kind of pick up another person and see if we can get the 4 cats running at the same time. Okay. Alright. That is a minute. I'm not going to sit here on load screens forever, so guys, it is what it is. Oh, dude, don't worry about it. You don't pay for the cat. All right. I'll let this go just long enough for me to kind of explain this to you, James. So what'll happen is you're not paying for the cat, okay? All you're going to do is essentially become one of the pilots, right? So you don't need to have the capacity. You don't need to have the capital for it, okay? Because I own the Caterpillar, it's still my funds that have to fill it up. Okay? So with that said, what happens is basically you become a pilot in the scenario, and what I do is I fill up both Caterpillars at the same time. We fly to the destination, I sell both Caterpillars at the same time. Chad will do the same thing. And when that happens, it's like having double the profit that comes in off of a single Caterpillar run. Okay? What I do is I take that total profit that I make for the day doing that process, and I give you a good percentage of that money so that you are sitting on that kind of capital, which will be good for you because at the end of the day, as soon as you start flying your own Caterpillar, even if you rent one and you fly it just a couple hours later after we're done, you should have banked up probably 100 plus K, almost 200K at that point. And, yep, see, timeout. Okay. So you'll bank up about 200 plus K on average, and then you'll have capital to start your own basic trading with the Caterpillar that you rent for the last day of Fleet Week. Alright, wife is calling also, guys, so I'm killing the stream. I appreciate it. I will see